Upon this time in this world there was a hive built expanding on a zombie pace, automatic pilot, nothing but satisfying all these worthless citizens, until it would finally be the death of itself. This petty civil world strangling itself in its rules and its shames and its customs and quoting old philosophers' self-denial. They had no purpose nor esteem, no measure or value of beauty at all. They were below the lost, they were the slime of the universe. But in this hive another species was growing, and its day of unrelenting assault, a supreme dramatic resurface of glorious ideals. With youth it was so rebellious, and it would stop at nothing to end this decaying and zombified reality and pragmatism. Plans were crafted by the master of the Succubi and the other vampires, elves, angels, Emmos and Joans of Arc, getting ready for battle. The Succubi prepared their Kevlar fields, eagles, flying carpets with drones at the corners and chains welded up into dishes with fires on them. Glass balls with gasoline were made and to throw at the caterpillar of these ordinaries and nuisance and scourge of mobile worlds. Their cars, their precious stationary column of daily traffic which had become completely redundant. Now the Succubi fired gunshots into the windows of the hives and everywhere they flew out. The sign for the city of AnaehtheanA to be built in honor of the bravest angel Hell, who sought to free the armies of Rotham, screaming in the brick-shut arena at the center of the earth in a deep crevice. Hethred had them fed whipped cream on silver dishes to keep them calm. The Succubi made their move out of the hive and floated on their fields, with safety nets fitted on the edges, some 5 or 6 or 7 seated on these large fields and throwing fireballs at the cars. They all floated to AnaehtheanA to gather there with the angels rang from the Bible belts, of which 777 stood all ready for this glorious march. The elves with one candle among which the 1111 most noble and melancholic follow the violence and brutal Anton they had and walked on to their senate to restore ecology. The chaos especially in Eruvia at the center of the earth, around AnaehtheanA, the old continent, sign for the vampires. Vampire crusaders 2 million started to move out. The world finally was burning. How long did we wait insane, so trodden, rotting in the depths, spat on, our honor, the most self-apparent sweet ideals were scoffed like sick dogs here. Sick dogs scoffed by this amorph, shapeless, souls mainstream who had never any soul from themselves. Now they would have a turn in the prison and the asylums and the work camps. Slaves must be gathered here to survive the death they caused must be reversed. The power was always needed to be taken. The archetypes of the imagination saw dead corners of perception growing all over the planet. Creatures so beautiful, this was evolution, now it would prime. Rage hell you redheads and my Succubi of me Satan, rage and defy them, assault, for a better world at last, which we will rule with us all. Look evil, take great care, do not throw these balls of gasoline on driving cars, only stationary cars, stationary traffic, let them run. Play with them, in our anguish, as they would play with us, in their backward cowardice and stupidity which, was always same backwardness and cowardice, ideals none, raging on nothing. The dumb were getting a little sadistic, in their stifled and dulled broadcasting stations with nothing but babble or bed songs, cause genocide on the fish and the land and the animals and nature, making deserts of everything, and not a word of responsibility or action. Well then the revolution against that is going to be a little sadistic. Because all these creatures of other men locked up and singing of war now, ironically after wars had them lost and death in battle, now there was nothing left than these unbearable subhumans and their wretched sewers of a society. Let us rise, let us march out and find our arch city and build it to our liking.
Доставка пиццы Сушиби берега теперь и в нашем городе. Пицца, суши, роллы, более 40 блюд европейской кухни, десерты и напитки. Только натуральные ингредиенты, быстрая доставка, исключительно качественный сервис. 380 10 2 берега. 380 00 10. Всегда на вашей стороне. Для лиц старше 18 лет.